Hello students, welcome to the series on advertising. Today we are going to study unit 4 and in this we will study advertising and society. Now let us study the objective of this lecture. The basic objective of this lecture is to study the impact of advertising on society and the relation of advertising with the society. We will study both what is the impact of advertising on human beings and what is the relationship of advertising with human society. Now, let us study first slide, that is advertising stimulates research and development. First, positive impact. It stimulates research to design innovative and creative products. It builds a competitive market. It gives us an incentive to progress. Advertising is a great motivating force. People are induced to work hard. They want to earn more to buy new products. Now, if human society has become growth oriented, it is because of media. People have learnt to live better lives. They have learnt to use better products. The lot of money in the market have forced investors and sponsors to give good things to the society and take money from people. So, people also want to earn more and buy good things because advertising motivates people to live a good life. So, advertising as a force of development always promotes research and development to build better houses, to build better financial products, to build better food and nutrition and good quality of life in houses. So, it relates to all human aspects which are very unique in terms to lead a good life. Now, advertising impacts art and culture. Advertising promotes the creative energies of people. Artists use their skills for designing and developing advertisements. Commercial art is largely used in advertising. It provides a glimpse of national life and provides entertainment to the public life. Now, advertising promotes creativity and respects cultures also. The commercial art, which is like people are now investing money on artists. You are in need of designers, graphic designers and other people in the industry, because now artists needs to give to the industry to appeal to the audiences. You have people who make designs on papers and then these are scanned through computers and worked on to give a beautiful impact to the advertisements. So, otherwise the artist used to design products or his paintings and his art only for a limited segment of people or for his satisfaction. But now, because it is promoted as a commercial industry, so there is a need of people who can invest their life in promotion of art. There are people who take up jobs in being artistic caliber, like you have a full time posting in airports and other hotels where artistic people can take up jobs and make charts and posters which are taken as a form of advertisement to speak to the public. Most of the advertisement which is used by the airports of India is the work of many craftsmen who have designed posters for years together, and on the basis of those posters some symbols and some artistic paintings have become popular. Impacts food and drug industry in society. The fast food industry, alcohol and drug industries are using ads to increase the consumptions. This can bring bad health to people. Children under the age 8 are unable to understand the selling intention or the selling intent of the companies. Now, as advertising is a promoter of goodness and growth to the society, it can also induce consumption of negative items like food and drugs, and it can glamorize human life by promoting the fast food industry, which is less nutritional. The fast food which is selling through most of the hotels chain is not valuable to health in terms of giving you the best fresh intake of the food, but it has become popular and has been accepted by the children in school because you are resorting to the aerated drinks and you are also resorted to the bread, buns and burgers, which is creating obesity in people. And since the customer group is very small, that is under the age of 8 you are not able to understand the selling intent of the people or the profitability of the industry. So, you are attracted to these industries and you want to buy more, and once this becomes a habit, it can give a bad life, or it can create a less quality of life associated with your health. Implications of TV advertising on children. If inappropriate content is given, it will impact the child health. Messages that will influence a child's attitude and cognition and behavior can result in the encouragement of violence and harm. Every time if the advertising is only giving you that you want to become successful by beating other people, or you want to become successful by using status goods, and you are not focusing on the values of real life, that is your spirituality is not there, your commitment and your sincerity is not there, this can impact the child's attitude towards negative feeling. And because the understanding of the child through the media is more easy, as he is left alone watching the TV commercials and the ads, this can change his attitude and he can indulge in violence and he can harm the society also. So, in order to make good citizens, we need to understand that advertising industry has to be balanced in terms not only to depict heroes and give you quick solutions for every problem of life. We need to work hard and we need to emphasize that every good which you are using has to relate it to some aspect which is useful to life. Emotional manipulation. Young children use advertisements to create list of things they want and wish to own. Pester power. The little children pester their parents to buy things for them that they desire, and companies advertise food fantasies to children. Now, advertising industry is manipulating the young kids. They are showing you fantasies of entertainment and hospitality segment, where they are showing colorful food and colorful ingredients which are wanted by the audiences. So, most of the children are making list of things for all the year round which they want to buy, whether they are watches, whether they are food items, or they are travel trips, and on the basis of their wish list they are pestering their parents to complete it, and parents are under pressure to listen to their children, otherwise it creates a kind of a frustration and an imbalance in their relationship. The persuasive ads force children to buy for status. Celebrities, cartoon characters and sports stars, they are the role models of children. They influence the child psychology. Companies give premium offers, giveaways and vouchers to persuade the customers to buy. So, now when children are influenced by the cartoons and the celebrities, and if they also show their status by the material possession, the child psychology also believes in this. To possess is to have a happy life, and they also start less believing in the power of relationship. They do not believe that to have good friends and good parents and good companies can make their life happy, but they believe that to possess good is the only solution to live a happy life. So, child psychology taking away your commitment towards study and to your work, and you are only believing that to possess goods and material things can make your life comfortable, is a wrong perception built by the advertisements. Advertisements and child obesity. Exposure to commercial food ads has created problems for children and increased child obesity. Commercial television pushes little children to eat a large quantity of snacks and fast food. Now, initially when we used to see the diet of the children, we were just focusing on handmade diet and the food given by mother in kitchen. There were no takeaways because generally this industry was not much developed. But as investment is coming and as industries and factories are being established in the food industry, so new versions and new models of food products are also coming in the market. This food is not so healthy, but it is attracting children to eat snacks which are not needed by body, to eat anything which is required to while away with your time is also accepted by the market. So, it is increasing illness, it is increasing sugar levels of the body. To eat more without the need is also become a fashion in the society, as in when you are buying snacks which are very cheap in market and you are resorting to those snacks. Otherwise, you had a diet plan of having breakfast, lunch and dinner, or maybe having fruits. But to have fruits has become a kind of a less concern, and you're mostly resorting yourself on chips and drinks, which is playing with your body health. Advertisements and the changing trends of consumption. The World Health Organization recommends company to reduce food and beverage marketing, which is higher in sugar, fat and sodium. Children tend to consume more. They get less nutritional value. They eat high calorie foods, eat more french fries, ice cream, soft drinks and salty snacks. Now, taste is the parameter to eat food. Children get attracted to ice creams and to snacks, which increases the sugar level of the body. And if the sugar level increases, people at early stages can get diabetic. To control your body and to control your fat limit, you have to be away from these high aerated food or high aerated food in terms of sugar and in terms of sodium levels, which can increase your mineral or your fat level in your body. So, but because the companies want to earn money, they invest in decorative food, decorative packaging and good presentations and even incentives, and they give you lot of premium gifts in terms of giving you toys, like toys being given with chocolates, toys being given with Maggie, and they force students or they attract students to buy more and to eat more. Exposing children to healthy habits. Exposing children to healthy food advertisements can have a positive impact. The attitude towards healthy food has to be imbibed and the market has to become expansive in this concern. This can accelerate economic growth and the younger generation can spend more time on internet. Now, because we are resorting more to snacks and the market has been flooded with packed food and with lot of dried food, so we have to force children that they imbibe a habit of eating healthy. What is healthy eating? That is, you have to resort to organic food. Organic food is a food which is devoid of chemicals and a food which is naturally grown in the fields without the impact of pesticides and other fertilizers, and this food comes in its most pure form. And if this food is accepted by the body, you will remain healthy for a longer time. That is, your hair, your skin and your body will glow if you resort to organic food. Now, most of the younger generation which is reading on internet and is getting attracted to organic industry is also investing in this segment. They are getting concerned about their health and are taking less sugar and less aerated drinks, which is giving a rise to other most influential energy drinks in the market. Advertising and values of people in society. It affects people's value to build a social outlook, a total outlook on life, social relations and cultural psychology. How we respect our culture, that is how we celebrate Diwali, how we celebrate other festivals in society is also dictated by advertising. Now, let me give you an example how this advertisement has changed your psychology towards celebrating festivals. Initially, Diwali was celebrated by burning earthen diyas, which used to be handmade by the potters, and this was giving a economic growth to the industry which was related to poor people who used to make diyas and sell it in the market. But now, because of the glamorized impacts of light, most of the people have resorted to illuminate house by buying lights made in China. Now, this has changed the total concept of the industry, that we are investing less money and illuminating more in a house. The concept of diyas and concept of handmade sweets has gone out of fashion, because market has given lot of fashionable products which is celebrating your cultural diversity in terms of celebrating. We have incorporated many versions of doing puja, that is, we are resorting to records and the videos which usually used to be a spoken and a verbal kind of a remembrance by people, but most of people have forgotten those prayers and they are resorting on internet to offer their pujas. So, this change in society has come through advertisement which has glamorized life and changed a concept towards social relationship. that your social connections are through technological gadgets, and we are connected to people through the groups made on electronic devices and social media. Our real friends and real relationships have diminished in their value and their impact in life. Advertising distorts morality of children. TV ads distort morality of children. Many children may think that purchase becomes your identity. Children judge a person by their status level and the things a person possesses. Now, advertising, because it is related to consumerism and is related to materialism, has changed the person's identity in society. The expertise has become less recognized. People recognize people by the goods they possess. So, purchase, the power to purchase has become your identity. It becomes important for people that how costly hotels you can afford, how costly flights you can afford, how costly clothes you can wear. That becomes a statement of success, and most of the children are building their identity only on the basis of the goods they are possessing. So, they are taking away the interest which they can really crystallize their life by focusing on the real charms of life, by getting indulging in good sports activity, by indulging in good knowledge pursuit, and in terms to travel, which is for learning and for enjoyment. So, we have options where we can go to hotels which can give you food and can serve your needs, but we are just dictating our life by the brands and the power of the brands who can churn a large amount of money from your pockets. Sexualization of children. Campaigns that promote the idea of perfection among children's lifestyle with unhealthy habits. The equalization through fashion branding is changing the psychology. Now, even children are looking to the identity of their body and sexualizing their clothes and their fashion. Otherwise, fashion used to be a statement of youth people. Now, even children brands have become popular, and they are also indulging in wearing fashionable clothes, decorating their body, and very much concerned about their looks and their glamour. So, even a child segment has grown up who is modeling, who is investing, and is concerned about what he is wearing and how he is looking. So, when you build a pressure of this kind in your initial ages of your life, you are not able to handle. So, your carefree life, which is devoid of these tension, has been stressed and is playing negative with your body. Children losing trust in parents and teachers. Advertising is exploiting the mindset of minors by taking judgmental values from parents, teachers, and other persons. Sometimes they are unreasonably shown in dangerous situations. Now, initially, when the media's influence was not more on children, the advice of parents and teachers used to be the last advice and the ultimate advice, and the children believed in their mentors and their parents. But now, because advertising is telling them where to study, where to go, how to decide which flights to buy, they are not taking any advice from the teachers and the parents. They are investing by themselves, and these investments are wrong in their life because they are not thinking the long term aspects of life. Now, how children are losing trust in their parents? Because they are trying to earn money through easy concerns. If you invest in cryptocurrency, you will become rich in 10 days, because they are seeing their peers to earn money in crores of rupees. So, they will not believe in their teachers and parents to work hard. And what happened with the cryptocurrency, that is 60% information which was given on internet on advertising was wrong, but still the audiences took it in a positive way, believed it, and they invested. They were not bothered by the warnings and the instructions even given by the RBI, and many people have lost money and they are in pain. So, to lose a power of decision making through your parents can spoil your life and can put you in wrong situations. Criticism of advertising also relates to the audio visual aspects, that is, the scenic beauty spoiled by the banners at the public places. The environmental aspects is the burden of oversized packaging increases consumptions to enhance the pollution in environment. The political aspects is the most of the politics and the parties are controlling the media. They depend on media to reach the public. The financial aspects is it increases the cost for people. Now, advertising has impacted all aspects of human life, not only through the message in the media and internet, but even the physical banners which are placed on roads are creating a clutter. Most of the beauty of the mountains, the environment, the rivers has been lost because those beaches have been studded with lots of uh, physical assortments of advertisement material gathered there. So, this is increasing the pollution. Advertisement is increasing materialism, making products more presentable. So, enhancing more on packaging. If there is lot of packaging is obviously it is generating lot of wastage to the environment, and to recycle the waste and even to clean the environment becomes a pressure for people. Like you can buy many things which should not be packaged. Initially we used to buy pulses and most of the eatables like you have wheat and other things without packing, because they used to come in large packs and they used to be recyclable bags. But now everything in small sizes is coming in plastics, which is thrown out and is putting a pressure on the environment, and we are not able to clean it also because our technologies are also failing to bear with the burden of wastage which is generated in the society. Advertising and morality. It impacts the ethical, moral and the social aspects. It influences the subconscious aspects of human psychology. There is an invasion of privacy, increasing consumption and wastage. Target groups. Certain products are only materialistic. Honesty not a big achievement, but it is focused on fake life. So, subconsciously it is changing the human psychology, that you are happy with your products and your possessions because you earn, because you want to buy and flaunt your costly cars and your costly watches. This has become the only statement of happiness, which is a fake life, and it is also invading your privacy. That is, through internet everything has become public. What we are researching, what we are believing, what we are seeing, how we are living life, what we are impacted by the problems, where we are going and how we are eating, everything has become public. So, a life which is so public is not private, and obviously if life is not private, is how do we live a life which is good in terms of spirituality. Advertisement and commercialization. There are ads in schools, airport, lounges, doctor's office, movie theaters, hospitals, gas stations, elevators, convenience stores, making life commercial, devoid of spirituality and connection to God. Every corner of public space is flooded with advertisement. Is there some place where we are connected to good feelings of relating with God? It is only in temples, but nowadays only those walkaways are also flooded with lot of advertisements. So, the commercialization has invaded life to all aspects of human survival, whether you are traveling, whether you are sitting, whether you are buying, everywhere you are flooded with ads which is occupying your mental space. Mental capitalism. Relationships have become a commodity to expand business and profits. Modern marketing has changed the concept of self-worth to build relationships with commodities. This is mental capitalism, where it is intentionally promoting sexism, racism, heterosexuals and ageism. Now, why we are happy? Because we are possessing a good house. Why we are happy? Because we have bought a good car. We are not happy because our parents are blessing. We are not happy because we have a good baby or we have a child who is committed to us. So, our concept of self-worth also has changed, and because we are believing in possession, we are more frustrated and we are leading a stressful life. We are not living a carefree life which is based on purity of relationship, faith, trust and a belief in God, that is, there is a superpower who will solve your problems, but we are running a race which is believing to buy and to possess and to solve our problems. Advertising in urban cultures. Performances, exhibition, shows, concerts, convention, events cannot take place without sponsoring. Signs, posters, flags have become decisive factors in the urban appearances. Digital technologies used on buildings to support urban wall displays has become common. Now, urbanized city centers have flooded with lights, banners, posters, and digital displays. The events and the exhibitions which happen, or even if there is a music concert, it cannot happen because you don't have sponsors. The quality of life impacted by these sponsors is dictating the mentality of people, that if you get goodness, it is because you are using those products, and if these products will die, you will not be able to see these kinds of events. So, your faith in these brands increases, and when this power becomes more, people start believing in it, and they cannot think of a life devoid of these brands. So, the urbanization is a connection with brands. The culture is generally a culture decided and dependent on the brand power. Promotion of food chains. Food chains are excessively promoting contests, club games, and giving free toys and other merchandise related to movies to invite people and indulge in eating junk and fast food, which can harm their health. Now, every mall which is made has a food court. The food court is giving you free movies, free gifts, and even play areas, and many attractive games and toys. And children are attracted to this kind of ambience, and they sit and eat food. Because they are attracted to ambiences, they want to spend their time, and if they want to spend their time, they eat also and spoil their health. Visual pollution. Billboards should be regulated to ensure that the scenic beauty is not spoiled. Public interest groups suggest that access to the mental space targeted by advertisers should be taxed by the Pygmalion test, so that it reduces the public nuisance. Our mental space and a mental gap has been impacted by advertisement. We have forgotten to see a beautiful sunset, we have forgotten to see the beautiful dance of peacocks or other birds. We have not indulged in any natural activities, because everywhere we are going, we are seeing only lights and glitter and advertisement boards. So, even our mental space has been occupied by the sponsors and the investors. So, these advertisers should be charged with a tax, and this type of a tax is known as a Pygmalion tax, which is popular in foreign countries, but it is not possible in India, or it is not even prevalent in this country. But if the tax is there, it will give you less pollution and will give you a power to think in a beautiful way and to think in a spiritual way. Effects of advertising and body image. Of course, there are many other things that influence our body image: parenting, education, intimate relations, and so on. But the ads contain messages about physical attractiveness and beauty, making people to compare and indulge in a guilt for self. Now, your identity is decided because you have achieved good things in life, that is, you have good children, good family, you have good relationships. But now we have a fear and a guilt that we are not looking good, because our body is not comparable to a celebrity or a model which is shown in ads, and here we lose a self-worth. Teenage body image. Advertising reduces teenagers' self-esteem by comparing them with superheroes to build low and poor self-images. Socio-cultural standards of feminine body are portrayed in most perfect to become thin and sexy. Now, most of the girls think that if they are thin and if they are sexy, they will look good. They have forgotten the power of believing in the intellect, attitude, and a positive thinking, and giving happiness to people can also be a feminine power. They have forgotten that a relationship with their own self, of nurturing their mind, can be a power. So, people are losing their self worth, and if you are fit and you are not good looking, is you feel ashamed to be a part of the society, because you are always compared with good people, and since all good people are making role models as the advertisement celebrity, they are making the habits and wearing same types of clothes. The feminine ideal, physical attractiveness in young women which can lead to bullying, anorexia and opting for cosmetic surgery. People have dissatisfaction as they compare everything with the ideals of advertising. This gives depression, stress, guilt and shame in people. Young people are engaging in negative activities. Young people with low self esteem can engage in negative activities such as cutting, bullying, smoking, drugs, or drinking when feeling badly about themselves. Now, advertising is comparing with the best heroes. So, if your life is not as good as the role models, you have a negative self worth, and a people with negative self worth will not do constructive activities. He will indulge himself in drugs, or he will indulge in himself in frustrating activities because he thinks that he is unsuccessful and he is not wanted and accepted by people. So, the love of family, the love for self, the love of being yourself has been lost in society. Now, let us study the summary of this lecture. Advertising is a reflection of society. It is a great responsibility on companies to design positive appeals based on real values of life, to give goodness to the society and protect our environment. We need to abstain from harmful appeals impacting child psychology. Advertising is good, but it has to be regulated in a way where goodness is given to the society. I hope the students must have understood the impact of advertising on society. Thank you, students.